this is just some facts about the Navigator program. We are dedicated to all areas of Miami-Dade County. The EDC's territory, for lack of a better word, is everything Kendall Drive and south. That doesn't mean we are not going to assist somebody from North Miami Beach in this endeavor, or Iowa for that matter. We still can offer that filter and get to the root of what you need, and then refer you to the proper person. This is our information. Again, this is all going to be sent to you, and a QR code for convenience. What I will ask is, if we're going to hold all questions to the end, Carrie has a great presentation, and throughout it, your question might already be answered, or may be answered during the course of her presentation. So if you look, you should have a raise hand and a Q&A button, as well as chat. I would love for you to put your information in the chat. I know we already have it, but just to double cover ourselves, because we want to make sure that everyone gets a copy of this. And hold questions till the end, and then use your Q&A or raise hand button. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Carrie and take it away.
Thanks, Jerry. It is great to be here. I so appreciate the invite from everyone, and especially Jerry and Lisa Greer. I don't know if she's on there. I can't see you. I'm hoping that everyone can see me. I can only see Jerry and Jesus. So for some of you who know me, I have moved and I'm up here in North Florida, and I have started my own business and getting it up and running. And it's been exciting. It's been daunting. It's been overwhelming. It's been all the above, I'm sure, like for everyone else who's on this call, trying to navigate through the end of what we're hoping is a really difficult season, but also learning from others and learning that I am the one who navigates my business. I am the one who decides how exciting it's going to be, how progressive it's going to be, how prosperous it's going to be. I can't wait on, and none of us can wait on economic indicators to point upwards. We have assistance through the EDC and FIU and SBA, and that's all great and wonderful. But really what makes a difference in an organization is the leadership. And does that leadership, have they set a course? This is why we named, or Lisa and Jerry named the course. What they did is setting a course for success. What is your roadmap? And as we were talking and learning about one another, we thought, let's start from ground zero. Let's just do this first one. Do you have a mission statement? Is that mission statement clear? Is it compelling? Is it motivating your team? And some of you, and we're going to learn here in a minute, some of you are solopreneurs, some of you are entrepreneurs, some of you are with another organization, and you're just representing a department of that organization. It's all the same. We have to have a roadmap. We have to know where we're starting, where we're headed, and what is the outcome going to be. Unfortunately, a lot of our mission statements right now, they're kind of long, they're boring, they're vague, and really there's no way to set action to that mission statement. And there is a way to rewrite that mission statement. In fact, what I usually recommend to everyone is, let's just throw out your old mission statement. If you haven't written it in one of these ways, then most likely it's not serving the point of which you'd written it for in the first place. So I want to ask some folks, I'm asking you to put your information in chat. So, because I can see your chat, although I can't see your faces. I see there's Valerie is on here, and she's put in some information. Thank you, Valerie and Kimberly. I appreciate that. What I want to know right now is, are you a solopreneur? Are you an entrepreneur? And how long has your business been up and running? Or are you just now getting it up and running? Put that in chat so it helps me to understand the different backgrounds that we have. I see Lisa's there. She's with South State Bank. It's my bank, by the way. I love South State. Even though I keep telling her we have to have an office up here in the Panhandle, she's going to work on that with me. So Valerie, I see you're a solopreneur since 2021. Congratulations to you for your courage. start up your business in the middle of all the chaos that's going on. You're obviously a very courageous person. Kimberly, same thing. You're a new LLC like me. That's awesome. You also have an association. That is great. And let me know also, Kimberly, how long have you been doing this? You're new. Give me some ideas. Next thing I'm going to ask you guys is, what is a challenge that nonprofit, I see that. What is a challenge that you've recently overcome in the last 4 to 6 weeks that you could celebrate? Like, I'm going to pop open a bottle of champagne. I had this huge obstacle in getting my business from A to B. And in the last 4 to 6 weeks, I overcame that. What was the challenge? Can anyone share that with me in chat? It's real important to know and to celebrate when you are getting a breakthrough and getting over these obstacles. Anyone want to share anything? Right now, it doesn't look like, and that's okay. That's okay. We're in challenging times. For me, yeah, starting a new contract, way to go. So congratulations, you started it. That's awesome. Did you close it, or are you just in like that negotiating part, Valerie? That'd be great to know. Let me ask you, sometimes more importantly, especially in these kind of sessions, is what is eating your lunch right now? What is that obstacle or obstacles that you feel like are in your way that keeps you from growing your business? Enrollment has been a challenge. Contract is in place and moving along. That's great. Thank you, everyone, for sharing that. Anybody else? What's eating your lunch? It's like, what's kind of keeping you awake at night? Is it cash flow? Is it I need more clients. I need to increase my my email list for my clients, able to make corrections in EIN with patient IRS representative. Very nice. Need to increase clients. Yeah, that's always important. Have more people going into your sales funnel. Anybody else? Even and I know some people are afraid to share. Like, what? I can't share this. Everyone will know that I'm not doing well in this area. Well, that's the beauty of having a coach. That's the beauty of being on these webinars, is that it's okay and it's normal. It's really normal. There's any organization, no matter how small or how big, you're going to have obstacles to overcome. That's what makes solopreneurs and entrepreneurs and leaders. That's what makes us leaders. That's what separates us from everyone else, is that we recognize there are challenges. One is becoming knowledgeable about how to establish a solid foundation. Kimberly, you're in the right place. That's one of the key things that we're going to address today, is just, what does that solid foundation look like, and what are some of the ingredients that you need in that solid foundation? And last thing I want to ask everybody is, do you have a mission statement? And if you do, do you and your whole team, do you have it memorized? Can I get some information in chat? Do you have a mission statement? Do you have it memorized, you and your whole team? Now, for me right now, me and my whole team is me and my husband. And he's not even here right now. No mission statement yet. Okay, well, that's good to know. You're in the right place, Valerie. It's good to know. Okay, so one of the things, and while you guys are putting that in, yes, and some of the team have it memorized. Way to go. That's awesome. I am going to be sharing my screen here in a moment, so bear with me as I do this. Okay, I'm hoping that everyone can see my screen now, because I can't see your chat for the time being. So I just want to share again, my name is Carrie Black, and I'm the CEO and founder of Team We LLC. I love to help business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, leaders, high achieving leaders, to take control back of their lives, professionally and personally. And surprisingly enough, a lot of times we get down to the nuts and bolts of it all, it's just having a plan and working that plan and making sure that plan is exciting to others, that it identifies the 3 key characteristics of a really well written mission statement. So in that, I help businesses to manage, business leaders manage their personal and professional lives. It can be exciting. It can be overwhelming. And my passion is to help people to take back the lives that they want while doing everything that they're doing because they deserve it. Because isn't that why sometimes we're a solopreneur and entrepreneur, is to be able to have the freedom, flexibility, increase our payroll, if nothing else, and have a full and complete life. So mission statement made simple is basically, I just want to share with you, if you were to look at your business and think of it as an airplane, you have 6 key elements to an airplane. You have the cockpit, which is your leadership. You have the wings, which is your products and your services that you sell. That's what keeps you up in the air. But you need thrust, and your thrust is your marketing and your sales. Those are your left and your right engine. Your cargo area is your overhead. That's going to always be your biggest area. How much overhead do you have? Is it bloated, or is it nice and lean? And you can get this airplane up and running fast and long. And the last thing you need to have, and I know Lisa loves to talk about this, is in your fuselage, we call that your cash flow. And if you don't have cash, you crash. And we don't want to see anybody's business crash. So when you've learned how to master the 6 areas of your business that we break down to look like an airplane, you will have the ability to get your business up and running off the runway and into the air and fly high and fly fast. It really can be easier than a lot of us have made it over the years. And this is why I love the Business Made Simple frameworks, because it just breaks down your business into 6 areas, and mastering that with coaching, with some other opportunities, helps you to get your business up and running faster and be leaner and stronger. And where we start all that is in that leadership area, in that cockpit, and that's with a mission. Everyone wants to be on a mission. Everyone wants to be on a mission that has meaning, it has purpose, it's exciting, it's compelling. You, your employees, your team, maybe like in my situation, my husband, who's Mr. Adventurer, if it's not exciting, he doesn't want to be a part of it. But unfortunately, many times our mission statements, they're not exciting. They're not compelling. They don't identify the problem. They only identify what you're doing and why that's important to you. Basically, you're telling history in your mission statement. You're not inviting your team members or your customers into a story. And this is what we're going to be doing today, is inviting those folks into a story by using, first and foremost, our mission statement. Now, a mission statement is one of 3 parts of a component called your guiding principles. Your guiding principles that include your mission statement, your key characteristics, that is how we are going to show up every day with our people that we interact with internally and externally, and the critical actions. But unfortunately today, all we really going to have time for in the guiding principles is mission statement made simple. I'm going to move fast forward through that. One of the things why it's so important to have those guiding principles is you want to create alignment and unity. You want to make sure that everybody on your team, again, small or large, knows where we're going, so that this increased engagement, so you can enhance your recruiting. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So you can increase productivity, because this is what productivity does. When it's increased, you increase profits. You need to be able to share with your bankers, with the folks at SBA and FIU, like I need a loan to grow my business. And they're going to want to add, they're going to be asking you, so what is your plan to grow your business? And this is where it all starts, is having a mission statement and your key characteristics. So one of the ways that we can address this in such a way that it becomes compelling and offer you frameworks that you can repeat again and again and again is just think of yourself as you're in the cockpit, that you're directing a story, and your mission statement needs to say this, and only these 3 things. I have seen mission statements, and those of you who know me and know Lisa well, I was with the South Day Chamber of Commerce several years ago. And when I came on board, we needed fresh direction. We needed fresh vision. We needed to be able to define clearly what our mission was, why we existed, and why was that important. And one of the things we did is, the very first thing we did is we took a look at our mission statement that was about 5 paragraphs long. And unfortunately, it was pretty vague. It was definitely boring, and it was totally incapable of being memorized. And in that, even our board didn't understand like where we were going and what we were doing. We didn't even understand what was the conflict in the story. And knowing conflict is really important. When you introduce the conflict in your mission statement, what you're doing is you're grabbing that person's attention, whether it's your team member or your customer, your client, or you're presenting to a banker that you need more money in order to keep this business going. You need to introduce the conflict. You need to define a destination, and you need to foreshadow the stakes. This is all a mission statement really needs to be complete. When you start adding more information into your mission statement, people get lost. It's not very easy to memorize, and people don't understand what it is they're supposed to be doing and to help you advance that mission statement. So let's start with creating a whole new mission statement. And the first thing that we need to do is make sure that, like I've been saying, is it exciting? Is it memorable? Does it start to introduce a story where there's a problem? Any great movie, any great story that's been written today, we can go back and look at it over and over and over again. I love Bourne movies, Jason Bourne movies. And what is a problem that Jason Bourne has? First of all, I love action movies. It's very exciting. It's very memorable. I have rewatched these movies over and over again. Why? Because they're exciting, because they're memorable. And then what happens in the Jason Bourne movies is there's intrigue. And then there's in that conflict, there's intrigue. He's all over the map. He's in one country or another. And then why is that important to have intrigue in that first line of your mission statement that introduces a conflict? Because you're wanting to summon other people's energy and resources. It's just that simple. When you introduce that conflict that has an audience that gets them intrigued, you're pulling on their energy and sometimes even their resources. You want them to buy your product. You want them to, as an employee, you want them to get up early enough in the morning to get to work on time, to know exactly what it is that they're supposed to be doing day in and day out, and really enjoy it. You're asking them to exert energy to move this mission forward. If we don't introduce a conflict, for example, Jason Bourne movies, in that Jason's real conflict is he needs to figure out who the heck he is. He's lost his identity and he doesn't know who he is. Throughout all of these movies, he's getting to know who he is little by little. And there's all this intrigue that goes on in these movies. There's all these subplots that go on. But for an audience that we're trying to just introduce the conflict in, this is how simple it can look. We also want to make sure that when we're introducing, I want to make sure I don't go too long, when we're introducing the conflict in our mission statement, it just needs to be clear and simple. We don't need to have a lot of legal jargon saying, you know, we've been around for 50 years. We've been helping people do this and helping businesses do that. You want to get right to the point and you want to identify the conflict. Here's a great example of introducing a conflict. At Money Tech, we know small business owners have trouble organizing their data in such a way they can make good decisions. What's the conflict? Small business owners have trouble organizing their data. And in that, they can't make good and wise decisions. Another good one is Rover Foods. And by the way, this is a mock company, but we have helped a $1 billion dog food company help to rewrite their mission statement after years of doing it well. Now they do it great. Now everyone that comes in, they had literally thousands of employees work for this dog food company. And now they're actually growing because they just changed their mission statement and they made it more intriguing. And they started out something like this: at Rover Foods, we know dogs aren't getting the nutrition they need. I mean, how simple is that? I don't know if we can make it any more simple than that. If I'm a dog owner, which I have been, not right now, but I have been, like, yeah, my dog's not getting nutrition, but I buy really expensive food. We haven't put in there that you need to buy the most expensive food. What they've done is that they've intrigued you by offering you basically a hook. At Rover Foods, we know dogs aren't getting the nutrition that they need. So in that, and I just lost my, there we go, to forward it. Once you have described that conflict, now you want to define the destination. In the destination, it determines your direction and it foreshadows an outcome. In that defining your destination, again, you're always wanting to keep it clear. You want to keep it visual. You actually want people, as you're sharing your mission statement, be able to see what you are saying. And being able to do that and going in that direction, being memorable, you want to be very specific. You don't want to, in mission statements that we say in storytelling and story writing, like commas are death to your story. Ands are okay, but we really don't like those either. Why? Because you start increasing little by little your mission statement, the story that you're wanting to tell, the story that you're inviting other people into, and it starts to get vague. So the way we do that is we keep it clear, we make it visual, and we stay on point. We keep it specific enough to where people continue to stay on point and listening to what we have to say. So let's go back to Money Tech. So in their destination, they say, now that they've defined what the conflict is, they say in their destination, we've created software that will help all 27 million small business owners see their finances in a glance. What's the destination? Business owners see their finances at a glance. It's that simple. And how many can do it? They're writing software that 27 million small business owners can see their finances in a glance. Now, will they have all 27 million customers? No, they won't. But hopefully they'll get up to 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 customers. Why? Because their customer knows that as a small business owner, they can see their finances at a glance. It's that simple. At Rover Foods, when they recognize that dogs aren't getting the nutrition that they need, they start defining the destination. We believe every dog deserves the most healthy ingredients, so we source our food from the best farms. That to me gives a great visual of, I don't know about what you guys see, but what I see is this dog. He's got a beautiful shiny coat. He's got a child in the family. He's got his pet owner. And there's this incredibly healthy dog because he's eaten this food that has been sourced by the best farms. I also have a secondary visual, and that's the best farms. In my mind, I'm seeing, and if you all know that down in Miami-Dade, we have some beautiful farms out in the Redland, right? And there are grows, but there's also okra and corn and wheat and all these different things that grow down there. And I'm picturing one of these farms with the wind blowing, and there's it's just a beautiful farm and a beautiful dog who's living a healthy life. Now, have I been oversimplifying it? No, this is what mission statements need to look like. They need to be simple. They need to go straight to the point. We can add information later on our websites, on our nurturing emails, in our sales funnels. There's a whole bunch of ways that we can add to this. But as far as having a powerful mission statement that causes people to want to be engaged and invest their time, their money, their resources, you want to have it short and simple. You want to have it clear, and you want to have it visual. So the last thing that we do in our mission statement, if you've noticed, there's so far, each one is only 2 sentences long. That's all it needs to be. And all you need to do is add one more element to your mission statement to have a strong mission statement. And that is foreshadow the stakes. Tell us where you want us to focus the energy and what is the foreshadowing of the resolution. What's going to happen when I go to MoneyTac? When I hire them, what is going to happen? When I buy dog food from Rover Foods, what am I going to get? What is the resolution that I'm going to experience? Because remember, in the beginning of our mission statement, we've introduced a conflict. We need to resolve that conflict because this is all for free. There is one reason only why someone is going to buy something from you, whether it's your product or your service. Remember this. If you don't remember anything else, there's one reason why they'll pay you, is because you know the problem that they have and you can solve it. This is why people pay for products and services. They have a problem and you're able to solve that problem. It's really that simple. And when you're foreshadowing that, you're telling everybody where to focus the energy and what's the resolution that's going to be, what's the outcome, what's the resolution going to be. You've been able to clearly tell them your conflict is going to be resolved by working with me. So at MoneyTac, we're going to go back to MoneyTac. This is a financial tech platform, right? They've identified the conflict. They've identified the destination, now the resolution. So they, which meaning the customers, make smart financial decisions and grow their big companies. It's that simple. Why are we here? To help them make smart financial decisions that grow their company. It's really that simple. It doesn't have to be complicated and long and drawn out. This is one of those great times you don't want to have the lawyers in on helping you decide what your mission statement is going to look like. At Rover Foods, it looks something like, so dogs can live long, healthier lives. That's it. My conflict of not giving my dog the nutritional food that he needs has just been solved. And in that resolution, my dog that I love is going to live longer and healthier. How much more could you ask for out of your dog food? And so ultimately, that's what we're here to do to help you today, is to simplify your mission statement, to get it right the first time so that we can help people exert their energy and their investments to help you accomplish the mission in which you started your business for in the first place. So we're going to bring it all together. And I apologize, I keep losing my little arrow over here. Let's go back to MoneyTac. Let's start all over again. We have this financial tech platform. This is their mission statement. It's a strong mission statement. It identifies the conflict. It gives you the destination and a resolution. At MoneyTac, we know small business owners have trouble organizing their data in such a way that they can make good decisions. We've created software that can help all 27 million small business owners see their finances at a glance, so they can make smart financial decisions and grow their companies. At Rover Foods, it looks something like this. Their mission statement is, at Rover Foods, we know dogs aren't getting the nutrition they need. We believe every dog deserves the most healthy ingredients, so we source our food from the best farms so dogs can live longer, healthier lives. This is the simplicity of knowing what it takes to write a simple mission statement. It's just those 3 key elements. It just says, I know what your conflict is. I'm going to take you on a journey, and that journey, no matter how brief or how long, we're going to see resolution at the end. Why? Because this is why people want to buy your product or hire you to provide a service. It's because they have a conflict, they have a problem, and you have demonstrated that you have the resolution for it. When it comes to using your mission statements internally, what happens is that you've ignited your team, you've united your team. When your team is ignited and engaged, productivity goes up. When productivity goes up, profits go up. It really can be that simple on taking that first step with your business and writing a good, solid mission statement that gives people energy and reason to ask more questions. It gives your team reasons to get up in the morning and do something. And then that resolution, you can also have in there why it's important. Why is it important to buy dog food from Rover Dog Food? Because your dog wants to live a longer, healthier life. You want your dog to live a longer, healthier life. You love your dog. They become part of the family to you. This is where it all starts, was having a strong mission statement. So where do we go from here? I went really fast, and I'm going to turn off my share screen here in a minute, but take a screenshot of this, take a picture of it, and reach out to me. We can go forward in one of three ways. We can schedule a 1-hour call. And if you need to fix your mission statement now, if you're going to go to bankers and you need to let them know, like, hey, I need to borrow some more money to take, to retool my factory, then you're going to need to have a strong mission statement. You're going to need to demonstrate to them that you have a plan. We can also work on how to fix our mission statement, like as a group. If you want to put together a group, we can do that. It can be your own organization. It can be other people who also have small businesses as well. We can put together a group, or we can take a really deep dive, and together we can strategize and plan implementing all of the guiding principles that set the course and the culture. I didn't even have an opportunity within this hour to talk to you about what it means to be able to define not only your course, but your culture for you and for your entire team. So we only had 1 hour, and I actually talked really fast, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. 1 minute. Okay. So we ended with no mission statement yet. I don't know if Jesus or Jerry can turn on where people are able to unmute themselves. I still can't see you, but I'm hoping that you can see me. At least maybe I can hear you. If not, we can put something in chat. Would like to open it up for any questions that you may have. I went through it really fast. It takes time and investment of time to write a good mission statement, a mission statement that will work for you and your organization. So I know I flew through it really fast. Does anyone have any questions that they'd like me to address right now? We have a few more minutes left on this call. Okay.
If you guys would like to ask a question, you can do it in the Q&A, or you can put it in the chat, and we're happy to address it. Carrie, you're very thorough. They don't.
Well, that's kind of the key in Business Made Simple, is just getting straight to the point and kind of getting rid of all the fluff, kind of getting rid of the things that aren't really important, what aren't moving our mission forward, what aren't advancing our goals. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of having a simple, clear, concise mission statement. Thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate that. And again, it's just that first step. And I actually got coached through creating mine as well. Kimberly says, would we make an appointment via email? Just send me an email. And what I'll do is, in return, I'll send you my Calendly link, and you can go through my link and you can decide, what's a good time for you. You can set up a 30-minute call with me. So, and I will also type, just send an email.
And we have your email address in the presentation. Okay, great.
Mm-hmm. Oop. Okay, and so I type that in there as well. And I'll send you, in return, I'll send you a Calendly link, and we can we can go from there. I can learn a little bit more about what exactly it is that you're struggling with in your mission statement, or another area of your business that you need to advance it. You need to move it forward. You need to get that needle moving forward. One of the questions is, would the mission statement for a solutions business for government contracting be more complicated? That is a fabulous question. Wow. Here's the problem when you're working with the government, and no offense to anybody, it can be very complicated working with the government. One of the great places to start in working with the government is the government having a mission statement, overarching mission statement. Every department has a mission statement that follows up in what their department should be doing to see that mission statement move forward. I believe if you really want to serve the folks through your government, through contracting in your government organization that you're working with, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Because here's the deal. When we keep it simple, what we're doing is we're helping out, whether it's our clients, whether it's the folks that are working with us or on our same team at some level on our team, everyone is having to exert energy that burns calories. Every human mind is created to conserve calories. That is what our human mind is created to do. And when something becomes complicated, we lose those folks because their brain is beginning to shut down and they're trying to conserve the calories that they have. When we do that, studies will show that engagement decreases and ultimately productivity decreases. And then what happens? The profits decrease. So no, keep it simple. Follow this pattern. Send me an email and we can talk one-on-one about what it looks like. And maybe you can start a movement with the government to start keeping things a little more simple. And I know that because I'm doing something with the government right now and trying to help them, simplify some things. So I just want to encourage that. That was a great question. I really appreciate that. So, the next on the list, does anyone have any more questions before I sign off and I give this back over to Jerry? Reach out to me via email, Carrie Black at Team We LLC, or you can go to my website, teamwellc.com. Either one is both .coms. And on my website also, I have a very simple 12-minute assessment. You answer a few questions, and in return, you'll get within minutes a review and results of where your business is performing very strongly and where your business is not performing strongly. And this can help you understand what the right next steps are for you. We can move forward with that, whatever works best for you. So I encourage you guys just to go to my website and take a look at that. And I'll put that down there one more time. It's very easy, teamwellc.com. And there's an assessment on there that a lot of people have used, and it's really helped them to understand, where my business is performing really well and where it's not. And so what we encourage is what's performing well, don't worry about that. But what's not performing well, let's take a look at that. And let's open up some opportunities to get that and get your whole entire plane working and off the runway and into the sky and flying high. Okay, Jerry, I'm going to give it back to you.
Carrie, thank you so much. And regarding that assessment, I personally completed it, and it is so in-depth and so eye-opening. So I strongly encourage you to do that. It is a great addition to the roadmap to success, which is what our series is all about. I put the schedule for the continuation of our series. Next up, we're going to talk about money, which is why we do what we do. We have to have food, shelter, and sometimes even a little fun. So it's really important to lay these foundations. I worked in the construction business, and you can't build a building without a strong foundation. And that's exactly what we're trying to do for you step by step. There's a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of information out there, and we just want to keep it simple. I work for a very smart woman whose motto is KISS, keep it simple, stupid. It works very well for me. So I just want to encourage you to please tune in next week. Lisa Greer from South State Bank is our guest speaker. This is her specialty, assisting small businesses. So you're going to get a lot of good information. And please tell all of your friends, relatives, anybody that you think could benefit from this series. Please share the link with them, have them sign up. And as a follow-up, you'll be getting this recording, as I stated. But if you have any other questions, or you think of something, 2 hours from now, and you think, oh, I wish I'd have asked that, do not hesitate. In fact, I'm going to put my email in here as well. And any of us can answer your questions. All right. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for spending your very precious time with us. We very much appreciate it. And I really hope to see you all next week when we talk about getting ready to meet your banker. There's so much more to it than I ever knew about getting your personal things in order before you sit down with your banker. I think too, I don't know about you guys, but I've always been a little intimidated as a small business owner to go in and talk to the bank. This is going to alleviate that worry, that stress. This is going to lay out everything for you that you need to do before you make that appointment, meet that banker. And we hope that we see you next week. So with that, I'm going to leave everyone to have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday.
Have a great one, everybody.
Thanks.